Hi everyone, I'm Deanne from Newfoundland, Canada. Welcome to my Flosstube channel, Stitching on the Rock. This is, I'm not starting again, sorry. May is all about me and full coverage, week 3 in review. Well, if I drank, this would be the time I did it. Instead, I have water with a double shot of flavoring. I did my whole video, went to edit, and I had put the camera in my holder with the clamp over the power button, which means I videotaped nothing. It's been one of those days. Anyway, happy May 24 to all my Canadian watchers. Those of you not from Canada, May 24, May 24th, Victoria Day. It's the official start of summer here. It's the first long weekend of the year. Everybody goes to their cabins or cottages, if you're fancy. Trailers, they pull out their tents, they find a place to pitch it for the weekend. Come sun, rain, or snow. It does not matter. It's summer here. Now, summer doesn't start till the middle of June, but this is what we consider the start of summer. I'm going to put a little video down below. It's a song called The Pits by a local singing / comedy group here called Buddy What's This Name, the Other Fellas. Now the video is 30 plus years old, so it's a little kitschy, but it's a fun little tune about the May 24th weekend. Other than that, we've had sun all week until today. It's raining and drizzly and foggy, but I got out in the backyard on Friday and spread some lime on my lawn. I washed down my deck with the power washer. I need to stain my deck and then I gotta get my patio furniture out, and we have summer. We have about a month left of school. Aaron's doing academically he's doing great. He got a science test back the other day. He got 97. He got one multiple choice wrong. And he got a math test back. He got 87, really good marks. The other areas, some days are great. Some days are like, Aaron, what were you thinking? And that's, I guess, pretty much life with a teenager on the autism spectrum. He's at my mom's. Well, he might be at his dad. Oh, he's probably at his dad's now. He went to mom's yesterday to stay overnight, and then he's going to his dad's after lunch because school's closed today, and most 90% of the offices here are closed, except for like emergency stuff. Yeah. I got a new great nephew yesterday. My nephew and his wife had a little boy, Sam. He's adorable. I haven't seen him, obviously. He's adorable. I think his little sister did okay. She'll be 2 in October, so we'll see how that goes. That's pretty much what's going on in life. Sorry. Last video, I forgot a ton of things because I had no notes. I have no notes this time. The one thing I forgot that I really should have said is welcome to my new subscribers. I got a few new ones recently. I'm happy that you decided to join me. I'm sorry that this is a typical video for me. Like, I start out with great intentions and then something screws up and I have to take the video 3 times, and by the 3rd time I'm like, let's get this done. And if you're new and haven't subscribed, if nothing else, you get a laugh out of my videos. Like I said, May is all about me. For those of you that are new, because my birthday is this month and I have Mother's Day this month, and instead of just having 2 days or possibly 1 day because they fall in the same week, I went a whole month to just do whatever I want. And I decided this year I was doing full coverage for the month. I'm crazy, but here we go. So I have started 3 new full coverages so far, 1 each week, and then I've been working on my full coverage whips. And the way I've been doing it is I start the new one with 500 stitches, then I spin a wheel, land on a whip, do 500 stitches on that, go back to the new start, do 400 stitches, spin a wheel, get a whip, and do 500 stitches, and I go back and forth until I do 100 stitches on the new start. And then if I have enough time in the week, first week I did, this week I did, last week I didn't because it was really busy. After I get the 500 done on the next whip, then I will go back and do 500 on this new start again. And that's usually the end of my week. And then the next week I start all over with the new. And the new start from like last week goes into the whip pile for next week. I hope that makes sense. This past week I wasn't feeling great a couple of days, so I did okay. Like I said, I got all the way around to that extra 500 on my new start. This coming week I am going on a scrapbooking retreat on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I have like scrapbooking projects that I want to complete, and a couple of them are pretty simple. One, I have like 4 pages left to do in an album. Another one is I have a couple of old albums from when Aaron was a baby, and they're kind of falling apart. So I'm taking all those pages and transferring them to new albums, but I may have to redo a couple of pages or fix a couple of pages. So those shouldn't take too long to do. The third one is, once again, I have an old album. It was a family album I created several years ago, and I want to update a few of the pages, and plus I only have baby pictures from my nieces and nephews, and they now have kids, so I won't need to add pages. I just don't have the pictures, but I will possibly create some pictures and pages and then just add the pictures. And then I have Aaron's school album, and I know none of this has to do with cross stitch, sorry, but I lost some pictures from Aaron like in elementary school, so I haven't really been keeping up with it, but he's now in high school, so I need to do some work on that. But the point is, I may take one of my cross stitches with me. If I get through those 4 projects quickly, I'll cross stitch while I'm there. It's more about being with some friends over the weekend than it is, my scrapbooking time has gone down and my interest in it has gone down, but I have tons of stuff, so I can't give it up. At least not until I'm satisfied with Aaron's scrapbooks. After that, I don't know what I'll scrapbook. But anyway, on to the stitching, because that's what you're here for, right? So first up was my new start, and like I said, I did all this video, so I might be a bit more unorganized because I threw all my pieces as I showed them down in a bin on the floor and just grabbed them up again. So first up was my new start, and I'll put up pictures of how these are all supposed to look when they're done. It was Minnie the Reef by John Enright, and it's stitched 1/1 on 28 count Under the Sea fabric, and that's not the brand name, that's the name of the color of the fabric. And I got 2001 stitches, which puts me at 2.61%. Please excuse the threads hanging off, because if I had longer threads when I got to the end of my count of stitches, then I just left them hanging off. I do not park, except that I'm doing it because I knew that it might come up again, and rather than cut thread, I just left it. So there we are. This is where we are. So that's the water. Look, the surf kind of, as it hits as it's rolling. I guess. I think that's what it is. Let me just have a look at the. Sorry. Oh, well, no, that's the sun. That's the sun, I guess, hitting the water. That's what that lighter stuff is. Anyway, we'll find out when I get stitched. Then I worked on Almost Winter by Leonid Afremov, which was my first week's start in May. 500 stitches done on it. I'm at 3.55%, and it's stitched 1/1 on 28 count star sapphire. And here it is, my lonely tree. I'm almost at the bottom, almost. Just, I would say, there we go. And then my next WIP was Queen of Hearts by Rachel Anderson, which is stitched 1/1 on 28 count dahlia. I got 500 stitches done, and it's at 0.87%. And before I show you, I'm gonna have a little story. Gonna make the video a little bit longer. No, it's I've started and finished today watching. Ooh, it's not very nice out. And it's gotten dark. Hang on 1 second. I turned on the overhead light, make it a bit brighter. It's really not very nice out now. Anyway, I started and finished watching Elisa E-Crafting in Colorado's Flosstube channel this week. Go and check her out. I'm going to link her below. She has been on my list to watch ever since I started Flosstube, and she finally came up on my list of to be watched. She started Peacock Daisy. I took it out. No, not it. Oh, just 1 second. Might have laid it back down in here in this bin. I did. She started Peacock Daisy, which was a freebie from Haid, and I saved it when it came up as a freebie, and I haven't started it because it's huge, and I have Queen of Hearts, which is huge, and I have River's Edge, which is pretty big too. They're my only two full size Haids. You can hear my window rattling there. I opened it and it's making a lot of noise. Sorry. Anyway, she started stitching it, and she mentioned in, I don't know if it was her second last video or the one before that, that she had kind of decided to put it to the side. I don't know if she's given up on it altogether, but she wasn't having fun stitching it. Like, it's a beautiful picture of flower, and it's very big blocks of color, which would be easy to get through, but it's not like she did Birds in Bloom, and take the reef for example. Like, I can stitch and say, oh look, there's a fish there, oh that's a bit of coral there, look, I can see this turtle coming, and you get excited over little things that you stitch within the big picture, whereas that one is just the flower, and it's beautiful colors, navy and teal and a little bit of purple and I think yellow, but there's nothing to get excited about with it. And that's kind of how I feel about Queen of Hearts right now. Anyway, I'll show you where I am, which is there. And there's 83,000 stitches in 310. And I was thinking, well, I'll do the black and I'll get the black done. But 83,000 stitches of black is not exciting. Now there's 83,000 stitches in 814 as well. And even though that's a lot, and not, but it's a color, like that color that I'm stitching, the reef in, that teal, turquoise, whatever you want to call that, I could probably stitch 83,000 stitches in that color, but not in black. So I think I really want to do this. I love the pattern. I absolutely love it. But I think I'm going to have to, instead of just deciding I'm going to stitch all the black, I'm going to have to start filling in some of the other colors. And hopefully that will motivate me to keep stitching on it, because I really want to do this. It was my birthday start last year, and I've had that in my stash for years, and I really want to stitch it. So hopefully filling in one of the other colors will help me. Anyway, I digress. On to the next. So the next up was Beachcomber Bounty by Amy Stewart, and it's stitched 1/1 on Aquamarine. I'm just gonna move those out of the way so I know which I'm doing. And I got 500 stitches done and I'm at 2.24%. And here we are. This is another color that I could probably stitch 83,000 stitches in because it's a beautiful color. But there's that one. Next up was Quick Stitch Snowflake Wonder by Lisa Victoria. This one is stitch 2/2 on 28 count ice blue. And this is, if you've been following, one of the ones that I was stitching diagonally, but I kind of abandoned that this month because I knew if I was stitching diagonally I'd have to change threads a lot and it would take a while to get 500 stitches. So what I did is I just picked the color that had the most stitches on it, which was 823, and I started stitching that. So 500 stitches again, and I'm at 13.72% on this. Yeah, my little dragon. See, and then finally, last night I started on River's Edge by Kevin Daniel, and that is stitch 1/1 on Lichen Gray. And this is stitch for my son because he loves birds, but especially ducks. So I got 500 more, or no, sorry, I only got 336 stitches done on this, so I have to continue on this before I start my new start today. I got 336 stitches for 5.23%, so I got some more flies done. If you watched the last video, I call these my little swarmer flies because that's what it looks like. I'm doing extreme cross country and I'm doing $37.99 right now, and I don't mind doing these. Well, there's only about 1,000, a little over 1,000 of these stitches left, but you know, it's easy to do because it's not a great big block of it. And so I left off, hold it up again, right down here. So I just have to go over to here and then I'll start down. There are, I think, 3 or 4 $37.99 in this, sorry, in this blank area here. Let's see if I can get it right in that blank area there. So they'll be left until I get more. I don't want to screw up on my counting for like 3 stitches. So when I get down to that, I will put them in at the end. And that's it on what I've stitched on so far this week. My new start for today is going to be it's over here. Mini Warm at Home by Irina Garshimov. I hope that's how you pronounce her name. And like I said, when I showed this, when I bought it, our cat, Kitty, is like a tortoise shell. She's got orange and brown and black and white, and so finding a cat pattern that looks like her is hard. So I picked a black and white one. It's not nearly as big as Queen of Hearts, so if there's lots of black stitches, it won't matter. Probably about half the size. But I did kit up the thread. I don't normally because I stitch here at my desk and my thread is right here. And so I just, except for the Queen of Hearts, I did like grab some black and 814 for that one to because it is like black color threads. But this one has 17 or 18, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20 colors. So there you go. So I would say 161 is probably the most exciting color in it. They're grays and beiges, and yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I'm stitching it 1/1 on ivory. And yeah, so I guess that's probably it for my stitching. I'm going to do an update on Monday. Like I said, I probably won't get as much stitching done because I'm going to miss out on the weekend for the most part. I do have a new start for next Monday, even though there's only, 3 or 4 days left in May. But then I will do an update, I guess, 2 weeks from this week, so I will show you my last week's stuff that I stitched. I will be catching up on my whip go first in June, so I'll have that to show you guys, and then I'll talk about, I guess, my June plans. And I think that's about it. Have a great day. Bye.